I love that song so much.
I do too.
Shaman, I think it's Shaman.
Shaman's Harvest.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. How can I love this song so much? Can't even remember the damn band's name.
That happens.
Let's hope I don't do it on today's show. Ren something or another. I just can't think of the name right now.
How do you?
How are you guys? How are you guys doing? I know it's been. We're on a Saturday, 3:00. So it's early for us. We don't normally do a show on a Saturday, but we are here right now. You guys have a good couple of days.
Yeah, definitely been getting a lot of stuff done.
We got a break in the storm a little bit. I mean, everything's white and frozen outside, but you can see the sunlight.
It is nothing but sunny in the 60s. Tomorrow it's going to be up in the 70s here.
It's 70 here today. 74.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm taking the bike out.
I think
I'm going to ride.
20 degrees colder than that.
Yeah.
At least.
And Jen didn't have to work today. That's a bonus.
Nope, the store ended up being closed.
A bonus for you.
Yep.
But we got a good show for you guys tonight. I'm super excited for this band to come on and hang out with us for a little bit and play some music and talk about their music and the things they're up to. So without further ado, everybody, please welcome on to the show. What's the name of the band again? Oh, yeah. Ren Marabou and the Berserkers. That's it. Everybody welcome them.
How's it going?
Fellas? I enjoyed watching you, Ren, bob your head around to the songs that are playing at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
The benefits of being the guy that, like the Wizard of Oz here, I get to see what goes on backstage and nobody knows that I do.
So you saw the party.
I've seen the horns. I didn't see the skull, but that is badass.
Yeah, just about our intro.
So how you guys been? It's been a little bit of time, hasn't it?
It has, brother. Yeah, we're doing good. How about all of you? Jeez, this is lovely. Thanks for having us on.
Well, thanks for
That
coming.
is an accent. Where are you guys from?
Well, we're just gonna say Donegal in Ireland, but mine's a bit of a mix of different Irish and the UK. I kind of jumped around a lot until I found this lovely place in Donegal here in Ireland at the very, very tippy top. So yeah,
we've all got different accents.
All from different places.
Yeah, Cass is from Roscommon, which is in the middle. Ren's originally from Dublin, and I'm originally from Derry in the north. So we're
They're like different accents, just all on the same. Well, I guess that makes sense.
I must be the dumb one because I don't hear the difference between their accents.
You're the lucky one.
Could be that I'm partially deaf too, though. No, not really.
You make us feel bad now. Everybody laughing.
I laugh at myself all the fucking time, Ren. All the time. I'll say something really off the wall and I go, damn, that's pretty fucking funny. Now, if you can't laugh at yourself, how are you going to laugh at anybody else, right?
Yeah.
If I don't make fun of myself, how can I make fun of anybody else? That's my favorite part of the show is when I make fun of people or make them mad. So how you guys been, though? I see that you guys have been pretty fucking busy.
Yeah. It's been a busy little while since I think it's been a good while since we spoke to you.
It's been about a year and a half, I think, or so.
Yeah, I think so. A year and a half.
Had we gone to Vader on the Vader tour since we spoke to you even?
No, I think we spoke to Sid just before we went to Scandinavia to support Hate and Vader.
I don't even think you guys was even together for that very long of a time when I first interviewed you guys.
Yeah.
I think you guys was fairly new as a group wise. Was it? You didn't have much music out at all, and you was doing a lot of like Instagram stuff, wasn't you, Ren, at the time?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it was kind of solo work for a good while. Like since lockdown, I had to leave all my bands that I was in Dublin because I couldn't get down to them and stuff. So we ended up during lockdown, we formed this band here. Like I probably said to you before, it was like an episode of Mask, the TV show, where you call the best, people to do certain jobs. It's like, woo, 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 woo. And then they just like all come to one place together in their flying cars and stuff. It was kind of like that. But so after we spoke to you, brother, we ended up getting this really nice tour to go with Vader and Hate all across Scandinavia. And that was 2022, I think, at the tail end of 2022. And since then, it's just been so busy and awesome. Like, we've got to do so much cool stuff, and like
How long were you out on tour in Scandinavia?
I think it was 2 weeks. We stayed on the nightliner with all the bands, and it was absolutely brilliant. The whole story of don't meet your idols. That's bullshit.
Well, I can contest to that a little bit. I met one of my musical idols at one time, and I brought him on a show and interviewed him. We became really good friends. I ended up going and hanging out with him during Thanksgiving. It's the lead singer, Saliva. I became friends with him then. And then we longer became friends. He started kind of like, it was cool to meet him the first time. And then the second time, it kind of like, oh, this is kind of nasty. He was asking for money for this, asking money for that. Could you donate me to this? Could you donate for that? I'm like, man, I ain't donating shit.
Brilliant.
I'm not giving you nothing. I take it back. I did pay him $200 one time to do a small video clip for the show. I asked him to make it first because the first couple of times he made them for free, and he made a video singing "Happy Birthday" to my wife. And then I asked him if he would do one for my radio station, and he said, "Yeah, no problem, bro." And he did it. And he goes, "Well, here." He sent it to me, and he goes, "Well, is $200 fair?" I was like, "Fuck, man, $200." And they got a thing called Cameo here, and he does a cameo. He charges $45 fucking for it. And I'm thinking, this motherfucker just tripled his fucking profit on me. God, sucker. I hope you watch this show too. You're a fucking asshole because you promised me to do another show and you've nothing but ghosted me the whole fucking time. So, Josie Scott, that's what I think about you now.
I feel like I hit a nerve there, Sid. I'm sorry, but idols and whatnot.
Well, it was cool, but I agree with you. When people do say that a lot, though, it's you never want to meet your idols, and it's cool at first. When you meet them at first, it's cool, and then when it becomes a little bit more personal, you become friends, you hang out. Then I noticed that's when they want to try to take advantage of you.
That's true. Yeah, our experience was it was all work based. I suppose you're on the bus and you're having fun and you're touring and stuff, but it's a business. Like, you have to have like a business head in you. So you're kind of chatting to the other bands in a more of a kind of a work colleague kind of fashion, I think, rather than like the old school Motley Crue stuff. But there's a little bit of that, but not so much. Like, for us anyway, we're good boys. But
yeah, sure, sure. If you got to point it out that we're one of the good guys, you're one of the bad guys.
We're just a couple of nice, sweet guys in Donegal, man.
Jen or Rosie or Trev, would you guys like to ask a band anything? Since we're getting started here.
Got anything?
Well, maybe not.
I was kind of just listening. I did hear your guys' the video that Sid posted, and I did find it very interesting. I guess I could ask you, where did you get influences to curate that track together? It's put together in a very like kind of unique and interesting way.
Is this the lyric video?
No, it's the
Open the Mouth.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
It's Jig.
Oh,
Rig.
Journey's a great.
It was the live video.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that one was great. It's the first track that was kind of released from this new album, but it was quite early on. It was before we signed our new record deal with Wormhole
Death, right?
Wormhole Death, yeah. So we've loads of exciting stuff to talk about with them, but this was just on the cusp. There was talk about it, but we weren't sure, and it was a long process, actually from where we were talking about with Vader, we actually ended up spending the whole year after that recording this album, and we spent a lot of time just sitting in this is our little Berserker studio here. We just sat in here writing for the best part of a year, and that's really slow for us because normally we churn out
Slow for Ren, you mean, right?
Yeah.
The year I only met Ren 4 years ago, and the year after I met him, he released 3 albums.
Yeah,
And then the year after that, it was like 2 more albums.
yeah.
And then the Berserkers kind of thing happened. This guy's just an absolute monster. you know?
Yeah,
He
and
just, he just writes and writes and writes. He can't stop.
I mean, when you're up in such a beautiful place, you just get inspired every day. Like we're up in the mountains the whole time here, just getting inspiration, you know. But to go back to Trev's question there, like there's a hard drive here full of songs that like may or may not ever see the light of day, kind of thing. So, we wrote like 2 or 3 albums that are just put to the side then, and then. A really bad thing. I'll have to get into the sad side of the story before we talk about the influence of the album. Really, when we were over with Vader on the tour, we had to come home early because I found out my father was sick, and he actually passed away a week later. And we ended up. We didn't even take a hiatus. Really, it was just. I just felt like it was better to get back into the work because he was such a big supporter, and he absolutely, you know. He wanted me to continue on. I knew he did. So we ended up writing this album with Mick, my father, in mind, and the whole album is dedicated to him. And in particular, the new lyric video that was just released by Wormhole Death. But so just we'll get the whole idea of Helgafell, or we can get into that as well. That's the Norse kind of heaven, if you will, a place where it's blissful, where people can go, like the warriors go to Valhalla. My dad's probably in Valhalla, in fairness, like he was a warrior, like, so, but he probably, this is where I like to think of him, in Helgafell. But the first song that we actually recorded was Journeys of Rig, and that just kind of fell out. It was more of a song about one of the gods. It wasn't necessarily about the afterlife, or the main premise of the whole album is life, death, and the afterlife, predominantly the Norse afterlife. But the Journeys of Rig was about the creation, so that's why it's the first track in the album. It's like Rig is, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Norse god Heimdall. He is Riggs. That's his alias when he's roaming around Midgard. And as he's roaming around Midgard, he decides to impregnate 3 different classes, let's say, of women, and they're the ones that then create.
Oh, there's different classes of them.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well,
that's interesting.
This is what the Norse tales have to say, but I don't think so. But anyway, you know what I mean. So the long story is that he is the one who created all of us, So that's where it starts. It starts with creation, and then it filters through, ends up with death at the end. So it gets quite sad, but we tried to keep
it goes through the phases and the cycles.
Yeah, so the
and
whole
that's really
album
awesome.
itself is kind of an experience.
So this new album's kind of like a story, and you're taking us through a journey through the album to come to the conclusion of the album. Then,
yeah, I mean, there's so much hidden stuff inside of it. I think it probably will get lost unless we actually have a discussion about it with certain people, because it is predominantly. Like I have a list here in front of me, like say Journeys of Rig is about like we said, then it's Rand's Hall is a song about the sailors or Vikings out in their ships that lose their life at sea. They go to Rand's Hall, which is the Golden Hall under the sea, basically. She's like the sea goddess. But yeah, so then it goes on to like fight the warriors, The Price of Glory, which is just about berserkers and all their antics that these two get up to in the mountains on their magic mushrooms. And
I don't even want to ask what goes on the mountain stays on the mountain.
What goes on in the mountain stays.
He came down. He came down.
You guys feel like taking a viewer question?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Jojo here asked, did Norse spirituality influence you creating your band and music?
Yes, 100%. It's basically everything that we do as people. Like for me, it's everything. It's my whole like my faith is very much a big intertwined mix of who I am. Like I'll just say, like my father, a bit of his ashes are in my hammer here around my neck.
Oh no
So,
shit.
Yeah. It took me ages to find one that did that. It's like an urn pendant thing, but so it's a massive influence, and there's so much to write about and sing about. Like we could go on and forever singing about all these amazing gods and all their class stories, heroic stories.
Well, here's what's cool about what you guys do, though. You're taking this Norse history, this culture, and you're purely basing a lot of your songs on the lore of Norse paganism, which is really cool. A lot of it's it's softer, mild. It's flutes and harps and this and that, and here you guys are just running right into everybody's fucking face and saying, "Hey, this is what we're doing." And this genre of music is fairly new too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's only starting to grow over the. I mean, you can go right back to Zeppelin. The Immigrant Song was a Viking song essentially, and it progressed there. Battery, and more recently you've got the big massive band Amon Amarth, and but like there's so many other really great bands like Tyr and Menogram, and there's just so many, and the genre's really grown. But the thing about the genre that's really interesting is that stylistically nobody sounds the same. Every band, yeah, it's like I think if you convey your what you want to convey, if you're saying it with like conviction, and then you put music behind it, if it's powerful in any facet of the genre, like metal, of like, see, we're kind of a mix. We're more like a rock kind of with a bit of metal influence rather than the other way around, and as long, I don't know, it's funny because people ask us what kind of a band we are and what we do stylistically, and really it's just like we're Viking metal, but we're not.
It's very hard to categorize.
Love that label.
I like Viking metal. That sounds great.
And it's such a broad, like you say, it's such a broad.
Yeah, there's a lot of Viking metal that's very dark. It's almost like death metal. There are a lot of Viking metal bands that are very symphonic and sound the same. I don't think we sound like that. We have so many different influences that those different influences come through in the music, but I think it's really accessible.
Yeah.
What we do is just really bloody catchy.
It has a hint of a mainstream type of sound where it could be easily accessible through listening through mainstream and not being pigeonholed in just that Viking metal genre. It kind of, the way you guys arrange the music and all just makes it more listener friendly. If people are not familiar with the Viking metal or Viking rock or whatever it is you want to call it, you the band make a really good choice or an option for people to come check out to kind of get into that, because not only are the music kick you in the face, but you're teaching at some people as well as you're doing these songs. If people don't know the lore, don't understand anything, listen to your songs, they get a little bit of a sample of what some of this lore is, which is really cool. A lot of these bands don't. They just talk about going into the battle, killing motherfuckers and raping motherfuckers, and it's just like, come on, man, shit, let's get some good shit here.
I wanted to ask, so you are incorporating a lot of this Norse mythology and like education into it. Did you learn this, or in like your writing process, do you feel like you can write so much because part of you channels this? Or
yeah, we spoke about this before. It's very spiritual. Like for me, it's like, we write the music together and we chat about certain aspects of the writings of the scripture, let's say, of Norse mythology. But like over here beside me is Cass, this lovely Berserkers here beside me. But up past him is our altar. And at the altar has, all of our little trinkets and statues to all the gods, and we light incense and candles, give our offerings.
So you're channeling at that badassery before you even start playing.
You're channeling and writing becomes a ritual as well.
Exactly. It is. It's a full-on ritual. And it does. Funny, I don't really like saying it, but I do feel like when I'm in that kind of place and I'm writing, that I'm, it's channeling.
It's your meditation zone, and naturally you can channel those things when you're connected to them. So that's amazing.
Yeah, it just feels right when you're writing these. Like I've been in loads of other bands writing all kinds of stuff. So same with Two Boys, and you feel passionate about it to a certain degree, but this kind of stuff you just like, I don't know. It feels bigger than us. That we're just chatting about things. Like.
Yeah, and it's like Ren said, it is bigger than us. And when we come down, if Ren's got a riff or if I've got a riff and we're trying to develop it, we can almost straight away attach one of the mythological stories to that riff, because the stories are universal. They're everybody experiences creation, death, hardship, pain. We lose loved ones. We have problems in our lives, and we have breakthroughs. The Norse stories are stories all about that. They're all about individuals, and they're about gangs of people as well, and different tribes. But the stories are bigger than us, and when we have a riff, we can go, that's that story.
Yeah,
this is this one. It's like we're at the apple tree, and we're picking the stories down.
Yeah. Forgive me for not knowing. Did you guys already release this album, or is it coming out?
29th of March.
Yeah, that's going to come out this
March
month.
29th, the end of this month.
Coming up pretty quick.
I'm excited.
We're also playing the Journey of Rig tonight, and we're playing the new video as well, the lyric video that just came out as well.
Yeah, so the album's out. We've actually had it recorded for ages, but Wormhole have this lovely schedule for us, and they're really taking care of us.
We're not used to working with schedules. We're just like right, record.
It's mad. It is. It's been a slight transition for us to put the brakes on a little bit, but it's brilliant because like they're absolutely amazing, and we've had friends over the years that have worked with Wormhole, and they've gone from 0 to 100.
I get music from that. I get music from that record label all the time sent to my email.
Yeah,
and they got tons of just really, really good bands on their docket there. They really do, and I'm really happy you guys found a record label that it suits you guys. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different choices to pick, and with that band, with that label, and all different kinds of bands, all kind of it's really cool, and I'm happy for you. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
It means a lot. Yeah, because sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I said that's amazing. Congrats.
We're brilliant because we couldn't celebrate or announce it or anything for ages. We actually knew before Christmas, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I'm not one for keeping my mouth.
Not Ren.
Like a kid a month before Christmas. Like, I want to tell somebody.
Well, is this your first official signing with the label?
Well, we were with UMM before this, based in Florida, and then we were with Misanthropic before that, and
Jesus, Misanthropic.
Yeah,
what a fucking nightmare that must have been.
We'll say nothing, but like I know
I will. They fucking suck.
He had a couple of good moments of his anyway. So moving along.
Eric Draven, was his name Eric Draven then, or was it something different?
Sorry,
was it Eric Draven running it at the time, or was it different?
Yeah, I know. I knew you knew. But so UMM were brilliant to us. They gave us a lot of support, but they just weren't the right label for us. And our management actually said, right, let's sort this out. And I remember having a conversation with you, Sid, a while back about different labels and stuff. And I knew I could feel it off you that you wanted something else for us, like, and I really appreciate that. And the management had a good old chat and come up with something brilliant for us. And really, it's the first really concrete thing that we needed. I think. I don't know if first is but it really has made a difference. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, we only got together 2.5 years ago, Sid, as a band. But we put a plan in place for each year. So this is the first solid ground that
Yeah.
we've found. And
Well, it's nice to it's having a reputable record label means a lot, and it makes a lot of difference for a band to make a decision whether or not they want to join one label or another label. But it's how reputable they are. What are they going to do for the artist? How much money is this record label going to ask the band for? You know, we can't do nothing for you until you pay us, type of shit. You know, it's just like, come on. So it's good that you found a nice, reputable record label that really, and this record label really does care about its artists.
Yeah. It's funny because our management team, Tajik and Kimo from Split Screen, actually, turns out that they knew a lot of the people in Wormhole. They didn't realize until they started working with them. They're like, "Oh, I know you from X and blah blah blah," and it adds to that extra family element, you know, because that's what we're all about. You know, we have our own team, our own crew, and everything, and the management and the label. Now it all just seems right, you know. It just fits in nicely, and it's nicely in our 5-year plan.
What's the 3rd-year plan?
The 3rd-year plan, actually, well, this year
Making midget porn.
Yeah, with round heads and
hell.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, but like let's say the album comes out on the 29th of March, then it's we're waiting on the physical copies then, because that'll be the digital release. So the physicals are out, I'd say May, June. And the amazing thing is that they're going to be distributing to Japan as well, to stores in Tokyo and stuff. So I'm so excited about that. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted an album that I'd recorded with the Japanese writing on it. Like, I can't explain how excited I am about that.
So I'm assuming that's a special request you had for the label then, right?
Do you know what? It was pure luck. It just happened. They said I found out one day. I was like, "Holy shit! Are you joking me? Is this true?" I said, "Oh my god!" Because I have all Japanese art tattoos now, and I love the culture and everything's great. Like, so, I'm really excited to see that when we finally get to, you know, see that and promote that. You'll see me online. I'll be so excited. I'll just be on top of me.
I'm so excited for you right now. It's made my nipples hard. Want to see? Let's play some music. Should we play some music?
Yeah, I'm ready to hear it.
Yeah. We're going to play. We're hanging out with Ren. What's the name of the band again? Ren. Somebody else want to say the name?
Ren Marabou and the Berserkers.
And we're going to play The Journey of Rig. We'll be right back, everybody.
Deadly.
Son of a
God damn, that was good.
Love that video.
Thank you.
I love the whole aesthetic. I mean, so have you guys just collected those pieces, like those shields and stuff over time? And
yeah, it has been just like our own little collection, and do you know what? We wreck everybody's head because we bring all of that to shows, and we have like all the shields on stage, and this guy, the Ramsey is his official name. He comes with us to the shows too, and all the actors and stuff. And you know, it is a big entourage of equipment, but like it's, you know, we can't. I mean, if I could go to the shop with a big Viking axe or something, I would, like, but you know, it's illegal over here, so I can't. But yeah, we collect. But as I saw during the video there, somebody said, "Is that a Fender Strat?" So I have to jump in and say it's actually my custom guitar made by Cassidy's Guitars. They're an English company, and I don't know if you can see, but I have my Thor's hammer, my Milner there.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's like reflecting in the light at certain angles. Oh, yes.
Yeah, right there.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Has been name on the back and all that kind of stuff. So Cassidy's built this for me. They're just a brilliant company, like, so where myself and Cass are endorsed by them. And in the video you can see Cass's bass. It's also his Berserker Cass bass, and it has the Berserker symbol on the scratch plate and stuff.
Yeah, I did. I saw that too. That was awesome.
What about the drummer? What's he got on his kit?
What you got? You got like skins or something on it? Some fur?
Yeah, it's a little fur I picked up somewhere. I'm not sure where. It was in a second hand.
It's his new loincloth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the second-hand shops. We just
So, guys, if Norse mythology inspires your lyrics, what bands or what sound inspired your actual music? Like your
Interesting.
sound?
Yeah, do you know, we've done a written interview last week, and we answered a similar question, and the answers surprised me. Cass, you said what?
What did I say? Beatles?
Yeah.
Nirvana?
Beatles and
Pogues, I
Nirvana.
think.
The Pogues. Yeah, the Pogues, right? Terrence?
I listen to everything. Like I listen to film soundtracks all the time. Classical music. I love Stravinsky, Rachmaninoff. But in terms of bands, I've got a very, very wide spectrum. But my two favorite bands over the last 10 years, probably Elder from the States, who are now based in Germany, and Porcupine Tree, the prog band from England.
Yes.
Gavin Harris is just a ridiculous drummer. He's just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, your drumming skills ain't too bad there either, buddy.
Right.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Getting there, you're already fucking there. Don't be humble, dude.
He's a
A
humble
little late
like.
for that shit. We've done seen the video. I've done seen you play. There's no more humble. Own it. I'm good. Maybe not the best, but I am very, very fucking good.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say it. Say it.
Say it. He's good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
There you go. Finally.
So how hard was it to make that music video? It looks like you guys are pretty high up in the mountains, and you've got
It's cold.
some shots and
Yeah.
stuff.
Some gear, homie.
That was one evening. The weather was so good. We were all doing different things during the day, and then in the evening at 5 o'clock, I got a text. Right, come on, we're going to do a video tonight.
Damn.
Yeah,
All right.
Brilliant. Okay. Whose drum kit are we using? My drum kit was set up somewhere else, so we actually used Ren's drum
This one,
kit,
yeah.
which actually works out nice because it's the same color as the heather and the moss up there.
Mhm.
But Ren goes to this really special place every day, just to talk to the gods, to talk to his father, and it's called Salt. Loch Salt, and it's not far from here. So you're going to drive up this little windy hill, and there's a couple of lakes and everything. So we drove up there that evening. We got the kit and the mics and the guitar, and we walked about 200 meters up this little track, and it was boggy, and we were getting pulled down into the bog, and there was sheep shit everywhere. And we found this beautiful kind of little amphitheater in front of those rocks, and we thought, oh, this is perfect. So we filmed there for 2 hours as the sun went down, and that was it.
We were running out of sunlight as well, so we were like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, we gotta hurry up, get the thing, go."
Which one of you crazy fuckers jumped in the lake naked?
I think it was a great time of day, though. I mean, the video was awesome. So
The video
it was
was
amazing.
Beautiful.
We're so lucky with where we live, though, because it just totally works. I mean, we go 5 minutes up the road here, and we're just in like, what would you call it, like a.
It's barren. It's hinterland.
Yeah.
It's bogland.
Yeah.
All there is sheep, rocks, lakes, and the
Cheap
moss.
shit.
Sheep shit. Yeah. I actually had a piece of
He did.
sort of hard sheep shit holding up one of the bass drum
Yeah.
pedals. You gotta use what's there, man.
I thought it was a stone, and I tried to move it.
No.
No.
He got shit on his foot. God. Fuck. Why don't you somebody fucking tell me this was shit?
Yes. So, like most music videos.
That's why you're dancing around in the video. That you're trying to get the shit off your foot.
If you stood too long, you'd sink. I had to pull my leg out. I swear to God. Like, Jesus, man. It's crazy. But, it was tough. It was grueling. It was physical. We had to climb up the mountain, basically, with all the gear and stuff. But it was worth it. And it was filmed by my beautiful shield maiden, Kathleen, who's basically our fourth member and our Sharon Osbourne to our Aussie, let's say. She just makes sure that there's no messing and that we do everything right and stuff. And we'd be lost without her. She comes on the
I
show.
bet she has a hell of a time with you, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She keeps us on schedule. She makes us eat before gigs.
Yeah,
she
does.
She always
Damn.
brings.
I need one of those. I need a fucking manager.
She brings supplies for the other bands.
Where's my fourth fucking member at?
Yeah.
Ed?
So she's brilliant as well. She's a great videographer and photographer as well, which is great for us. So we kind of have it all in house, everything, and we do all our recording here in our own little studio, Skull Studios as we call it. So it's a lovely little setup we have. But speaking of which, I wanted to give my brothers a shout out of they're called Ulster Mead Co. And they make this beautiful mead. It's King of the North, so it's all Norse-based kind of stuff. You can see, like your hat, brother. That's what made me think of it. You got the Viking compass on the side. So
it's clear. Why is it clear? It's not used. I'm not used to seeing it clear.
It's kind of yellowy. I don't know. It's like it's honey. So it's honey, fermented honey, and it's all
Looks like almost like vodka to me, and I'm making my mouth water.
So yeah, it's made in Donegal here in Convoy, and they're by two lovely Polish lads called Kuba and Thomas, are good friends, and we're like ambassadors for them. And I never, I forget all the time. So I
Show
just
that bottle one more time for everybody, since you're a sponsor of. They're sponsoring you. One more
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
King of the North.
King of the North.
Ulster made.
Do they
Yeah.
do they have do they have like online business where people can order and
I think they're getting there at that stage now. Yeah, they have them in the stores everywhere in Donegal anyway. So, but I'm sure you can order it and stuff. There's a big store called Super Value over here, and I think they deliver it. I'm not sure, but
it's gonna be fucked up that I was saying this, but I'm not much of a drinker, to be honest with you.
yeah,
And
no,
I took down south and I hung out with a bunch of other heathens for a men's retreat, and we went to a meadery in the town that they were in, and they had the most. I never really tried mead. I'm not much of a beer drinker. If I do drink or any kind of drink like that, it's more of a liquor for me, whether it's vodka or something like that. I want to get 5 or 6 shots, get my drunk over with, and be on. I don't want to drink forever until I get drunk. I just want to take 4 or 5 shots, get drunk, be done. So I go there and I try some mead out. They made this like a cocktail mead during right after Halloween, and that shit was fucking delicious. I mean, I sat in there with a big long table with about 10, 15 other pagans, and I'm just smashing these fucking drinks left and right. And I go get my bill, and next thing I know, it's almost $100 fucking just off these fucking martini drinks. I was like, they're fucking good. And then I bought a few bottles to take home with me as well. There was pineapple and a couple other different flavored meads they had there, but I've never seen it clear. It's always been like a little bit of a darker beer color.
Yeah, that's all.
yeah, they have like a what would you call it?
Yeah, they do one. I forget what it's called.
Pomegranate?
But it's pomegranate basically. It's like honey and pomegranate, and they do another one with different fruit. But this is the traditional one with just honey and yeast and
so it's just like the standard regular mead. Nothing really added extra to it to give that color to it. Then
no, just honey, water, yeast, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's got lovely like it says on the side, you know, the old like mead is all it's basically the first ever drink ever invented in time, and it was the Vikings are a big fan of mead, so the guys thought, geez, them boys would be perfect to help promote this stuff, and we got to play an acoustic set in their factory.
I watched it, dude. That shit was fucking great. I'm serious. I would love to hear more acoustic stuff from you guys like that, because it was really good. I even considered actually taking one of those videos and editing it down just a little bit to get to the music, because there were spots where you're talking and you're interacting with the camera and shit. And I thought, I might edit some of this stuff and play this because it was really good. And I was like, well, we're going to focus on the new stuff.
Yeah.
What was one song? What the hell was it? I drink mead or something like that. That was such a good song, though.
Yeah, do you know what? That's the crowd participation song. We basically wrote that at the same time that the guys were announcing us as ambassadors. I'd like to say it was an intentional, but it just happened at the same time. It was just, it was perfect timing. Like, basically the chorus is raise your horn, as in your Viking drinking horn. Let's drink mead. That's it. So the audience just all
just get drunk, folks.
And it's
Let's
the
get
most
shit-faced.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun. Like, but yeah, I must write a few more anthems like that. Just easy, simple ones like raise your
Ramsey.
Well, I liked it because the audio was really clean. You get into spaces like that where you're recording, because you recorded it off a phone, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I think that one was recorded. They had all fancy stuff for that. I think.
Those sounded fucking clean as hell. I was like, damn. I was expecting this sound a little muddled a little bit, And then I heard the acoustic play that was so clean. Everything was just sounding so clean. I was like, this is actually really fucking good.
Yeah, I'd love to say it was something simple, but the guys actually put a lot of money into it to get us there to do that. So we have to give them props for that. Like, they had all the big studio lights up on the wall and everything. Like, and I think they're planning on getting us back, but full band, like, a heavier version. So we'll see how the locals feel about that.
Oh, fuck, man. Inside that meadery?
Yeah, it's gonna be loud, yeah.
Taxi home.
You guys want to ask something? I'm just sitting there talking. Sorry, guys.
No, it's interesting what you said about the acoustics. About a year and a half ago, we did an acoustic set at the local radio station, and a lot of people said to me the music sounds different when you pare it down just to the acoustic stuff. And I listened back to it, and it sounds almost more tribal, because when you just have the drums and the acoustic bass, it sounds more like a tribal thing. And I think that's because the drums are coming through a little bit more. But we
It definitely has a raw feeling to it, like just a raw. It's nice to have songs because it almost takes those songs you guys played electric for so long, and you're stripping it down to its bare necessities. It gives a whole different feel to the song.
Yeah, it's easier to sing as well. Don't have to scream your head off as much. But
you two want to ask a question, Jen or Trev?
You got anything you want to ask, Jen, or I'll fill in a question? No,
I don't. I asked the question that I could think of.
Okay, so I'm super curious. I'm super curious as to what you guys have going on in that bass rig. In the live video that you guys played, the bass tone that's in it is brutal, super thick, and it's got this very like unique crunch to it and a powerful hit.
Well, Cass, that's you with your Black Star amp.
Yeah. Black Star amp. It sounds awesome. Like, and when we play it live, it's through just one distortion pedal.
Yeah, Boss. Can't go wrong with Boss pedals. Like,
it's fairly simple, like, but
yeah,
I don't know. Play the heck out of it too. So
he's got what I call slab hands. You know, when he play when it comes down, it's like big meaty Viking hands. You know,
it's like the slap has a lot to do with the crunch and the power of the tone that you have going.
It is. It's the tone in the fingers, isn't it, Cass?
Must be.
Yeah, but we're lucky though, because we're also supported artists with Black Star. I know I feel like I'm pushing all these bloody brands. It's just coming up in conversation, like.
Well, no, I mean that's what the show's about, for you to talk about your sponsors, the things you're doing, your album. So.
Yeah, cool. Black Star sent us a couple of amps, and they sent me a Silverline, which I actually recorded the whole album through that. I used to use all different plugins and stuff on albums, but this time I said, because he sent it to me, I'm gonna just use that, and I literally went straight in, and there's like software that goes with it, and it's absolutely epic. I'm so happy with it. It's just one small, it's here beside me, that's why I keep looking over here, because it's where it's set up. Like,
what is going on? My mind just went together for a second. I'm seeing him reaching out and sorry.
But Cass got a lovely what's it, a bass unit, was it? Unity?
Unity 3 or something like that.
Yeah. It's a big master bass amp. It's back there, but it's the same again. You can plug it straight in to the desk and stuff. It's like futuristic for us, because we're quite old school. We like
It's kind of funny that you guys say that you're not using anything in between. You're just plugging right into the amp.
Yeah,
that's how Eddie Van Halen played. He didn't have distortion pedals. He didn't have nothing. He just took it. He made sure that he made a guitar that would do it all for the sound that he wanted, and all he had to do was just take the cord and plug it right in.
Yeah.
Gain. That was all he used. He just turned his gain up. That was it.
That's it. Yeah.
And
you never used a distortion pedal? He never used one.
Yeah,
No.
I got that from a lecturer of mine in college. I went to a music college over here called the Rock School in Ballyfermot, music performance course. And this famous musician that he's still going strong, Francie Conway is his name. And he told me he was teaching us about recording and songwriting and stuff. And he goes, whatever you put in has to be good. You know, it was like, don't play something half-arsed and then mess around with it. Put it in, like, send it in good.
Start out with it.
You know, and then you're golden, like. And it's always stuck to me. He told me that I was 21 when he told me that, and it's ever since it's stuck with me when I'm working. You know, so thanks, Francie.
Thanks, Francie.
So, do you guys individually or collectively have like a favorite song on the album that you guys are like really excited for everyone to hear? Or
yeah, what's your guys' favorite song as a band?
Well, you go ahead there, Terence.
On this album, on the new album.
Yeah.
There are two songs that I would go for. Holy Mountain for me is a very special song. Even of the last three albums, Holy Mountain is a special song because of Micah, because of Ren's dad. When I listen to the album, I listen to it at work nearly every day. When I get to the end of the album, I have to stop myself from crying because it's very, very emotional to listen
Damn it, I'm
to.
gonna hear this fucking song.
I'm ready. I'm
Yeah.
excited to hear it.
The ending, Curse Striker as well. There's something about the ending of Curse Striker. Ren came up with this 3 notes at the end of Curse Striker, and it gives me goosebumps every time I hear it. I want to turn those 3 notes into like a song because it's haunting. It really is haunting.
Oh, I want that.
Price of Glory.
Yeah.
One of mine.
Price of Glory is great too.
It's just,
We're
practicing it now, putting in the set. It's a banger.
We're playing that. We're going to be playing Price of Glory live, and it's a chunky chugger. Yeah, it really is.
Chunky Chugger, I like it.
Yeah, it's funny. Like
I love chuggers.
it's we're also putting we put Holy Mountain into the set as well, and it's going to be heavier too because on out of all the songs, it's the most delicate. Like obviously, it's Norse based, but it's primarily it is 100%. It's about my dad. You know where I see him now in Helgafell. So yeah, it is. It cuts deep, and even when we're rehearsing it, like it cuts deep. But I sing it a lot heavier. I go. I don't know what it is. I haven't figured out yet why I do that, but I am, and I'm looking forward to playing that live for Micah. You know, because the whole album.
I really want to hear this song because between the last interview we did and now, my father passed away as well. My mother and son both passed away within 6 months of each other. So I would love to hear what this song about dedicated to your father.
Yeah.
Do I want to cry again?
Yeah, brother. So yeah, no, it is. It's hard, isn't it, man? So
well, it's hard. Partially because you're coming to terms with your mortality. When your parents pass away, it's you know that you're up next, and so you're kind of at that. That's the moment where your life kind of changes a bit. You know what I mean? Like mentally wise, when your parents are alive, you think you're invincible, 10 feet tall, you're gonna live forever, and then you lose your father, and you're going, okay, my mortality is right here in front of my face. Now what? So I got 2 little boys too, and those thoughts keep in my head. I still to this day struggle with the loss of my father and my son. So it's good to hear that you found a way to process these emotions and these feelings that you're going through by putting them through your art and through lyrics and through your album and stuff like that. So has that been the primary way that you've worked through that loss?
it was. I mean, I don't know if I would have been as strong if it wasn't for that. Like even from day one, when I got the news, we were over, like I said, on the tour, and I wouldn't have even gotten home. I don't even remember getting home. It was like a 10-hour journey home. We had to get from Sweden to Denmark, and I was just out of it. And I hadn't even passed that stage. We just told it was terminal, and I had to get home. And we cut the last show, so we owe Norway a show. We're gonna get back to Norway eventually, because we couldn't play the show there. But yeah, no, the 2 boys have been solid with me, and Kathy and
oh, that's good that you guys had your bandmates there. They're supporting you as well. I'm polar opposite. I withdrew from everybody, and I'm still kind of doing that myself. Where when I'm starting to feel really low about thinking about them or thinking about my dad or my son both, I kind of withdraw myself, and then I start to spiral down that dark little hole that nobody wants to go to.
Yeah.
And then someone kicks me in the ass and says, "Sid, get out of it."
Yeah, well, we need those people. I would be the same. Like I would, and I think for me, recording that song, Holy Mountain, and singing those words about my dad was probably the hardest thing I ever did musically. Like I'm actually really surprised that I was able to do it, to be honest, because he was like my best friend and my hero, and he made me, like you said, he made me feel invincible, like, and 10 feet tall, and I could do anything, like, and not having that presence here now. But the fact that I'm able to give back to him, and still, like, one of the lyrics in the song is "Your legacy lives on," and that's kind of not our whole idea of this album, is to push that. And Actually, beside us here, we have a little altar to Mika and his urn, a little urn. I have his ashes there, so he's in the room with us the whole time when we're playing the music and stuff. So, but what was I saying? Yeah, so I don't know. It is tough, brother. I know, and it does
I'm
give
glad that you had such a good relationship, because that's really important when the process of finding that kind of closure, losing a loved one like that, having a relationship. Where I didn't have a good relationship with my dad. We didn't speak for 5 or 6 years, and then next thing I know, I get a phone call saying Dad's dead, and I'm like, "Fuck, man! I just wasted 5 years being bullheaded with this guy."
Yeah. No,
So it's all, but I'm glad that you have friends, and I'm glad that you took all this emotion, and you turned it into something magical, which is this new album that's coming out. All this, so bravo to you finding a way to process it.
Thank you,
I'm,
brother.
I'm still searching.
Strength
I'm
is-
still searching how I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and I hope you do. I hope you find.
Yeah.
Well, I do a little bit. I create videos. I make music videos and shit like that, and I take certain songs and I'll create what I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
But it works a little bit, but it's hard when you don't really have I don't want to make this sound mean, but I don't have, doing what I do, I'm very protective of my energy, so I don't share a lot of my personal stuff with a lot of people, because sadly, a lot of people will take what you say and weaponize it.
Yeah.
And use it against you. So I don't really indulge a lot of my emotions into people unless there's a trust level built up.
Mm.
And sadly for me, whenever I get trust levels built up, they usually bail on me. So I'm usually alone, shifting through these emotions myself. And the only way I know how to do it is create it through visuals and art, stuff like that. Just kind of like what you do, just through music.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that strength is super admirable that you didn't just kind of let it put you into that place of darkness and let it hold you there. You kind of just worked your way through it and used your art and your music more as something to process it in order in a healthy way. And that's very admirable.
I'm always big about when something negative happens, take that negative energy and turn it into something positive. And it sounds like exactly what you do with this new album. So bravo to you.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, well, to have the video come out last week was just a massive. I don't know, like it was like we did it, Mika. We did it, man. It was like I want
to say hello to one of our sponsors. This is Joshua West from the Force Fox Creations. Welcome. Just good to see you, buddy. Sorry,
Joshua. Yeah, lovely comments there too. I love all the lovely comments. Listen, it's I'm blessed. I've always said I'm blessed, and as a band, we are blessed. We're just blessed people in general. Like I found out. Oh no, I can't say that. Sorry, I was about to say something that I was told not to say. Sorry. I'll tell you later. It's good though. It's good.
He was going to get himself in trouble with Kathleen.
Shit.
Dude, I endorse. Let's get him in trouble. I endorse that.
So I do have a question. Going back to something you were talking about earlier, do you guys think you would ever release your songs as acoustic versions?
It's funny you should ask, because remember I said I get really bored easily, like, and we were. Yeah. we spent a couple of weeks there not being able to do, because we'd so much that we wanted to announce, and we were like, I was going nuts. So I was like, lads, I am going to record an acoustic album. Will we do it? Like, will I just put the acoustic down, you boys come in with the cajon and the bass and all this? So it is we could potentially do that. I would love to have, like, imagine this album like Helgafal acoustic, or something.
Yeah.
It might be nice.
I think it would sound amazing, because
I want to official recording.
I'm so interested.
I always like hearing acoustic versions of metal type songs. I always like that.
I don't think they always sound different, don't they?
They always sound different.
When I came into the room earlier, just before we started chatting to you, the two boys were in here playing a mandolin and a banjo, ukulele.
Play it.
Yeah.
Play it.
Is it in tune?
not how
It's not in tune, but
Well, so
no tune. We were, so there's always. I don't think we know where we're gonna go as a band musically, because there isn't any restraints on what we do. Like earlier on, I didn't even answer. Sorry, Jen. You asked me about the influences. The two boys did. Like I'm, do you know, I'm a huge Richie Kotzen fan, and I'm pretty sure.
Dude, me
Yeah.
too. Love him.
Like, my God, like as we're sitting here, I have, oh geez, now it fell over. That would have been embarrassing. Richie Kotzen signed album here. He's on the wall.
I met him in 1992 when he first joined Poison.
Yeah,
for
right.
the Native Tongue album, and I just been his guitar playing just blows me the fuck away.
So clean.
And hear what he does now is it blows me away. Like with the Winery Dogs.
Yeah.
I fucking love that band.
Oh,
I love his solo work that he does. There's one particular song I can't think of the name of it, but I just absolutely fucking love. He's a great singer too.
Oh man,
Yeah.
his voice. This is the thing. His
voice is just it's beautiful. It's like silk, you know.
It got as you hear a hint when he hits those high notes of a bit of like a Chris Cornell.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely, yeah.
There was he played live once with Audio Slave. I think it was at Chris's tribute show, and they played an Audio Slave song, and they had Richie singing, and it was just uncanny. It was unbelievable. But he's got like a lot of soul stuff that he can do as well, and I think guitar wise, I think that's why I never really went into we tuned down to drop D, and I think the lowest we've ever gone if this band is C, and there might be a few bits in B, but predominantly it's drop D. So it's nice and simple. It's classic enough, kind of tonally, and I like to kind of go that way. But then I chunk it up a little bit, just stylistically, and then with the vocals, I just go into that heavier realm. So it kind of gives this illusion of heaviness, but it's actually not even that heavy, in a metal sense. And I think that's down to bands like Richie Kotzen and, like Cass said, Nirvana. Kurt Cobain's on the wall all over the place here, and the Beatles is like there's two pictures of the Beatles as we're sitting here as well. Like we have a very broad taste in music, but then I love like bands like Tyr, you know, the modern metal kind of Viking stuff and that. Mm-hmm. But Richie Kotzen and Joe Bonamassa, all them amazing guitar player guys.
Joe's a brutal guitarist.
Oh, stop! Like,
this really reminds me actually of the discussion that we had on Wednesday of like, we had the a talk on Wednesday of our show of stereotypes and lookalikes and these things, and in the conversation we talked about like influences, and I really admire how you guys as a band don't put yourself in a box, because I feel like so many bands find a style that they want to mimic. And then they put themselves in that box, and then it creates riffs and creative, you know, in the creative process, and people want to take over, and it does confine the band and what the band can do. And, you know, we spoke about how, or, you know, Trevor actually spoke about how, you know, it's good to take pieces and influences of things that you like, but take those things, but incorporate it into your own artwork to create something new and to create your own sound. And because you guys do have such a wide range of influences and artists and music that you guys love, you've taken all these little pieces and put them together. And then as a band, you guys probably work so well creatively because you guys don't confine yourself to these boxes. And that's not something that you see very often.
Or it could be they take a dip in the fucking lake naked together.
Under the moonlight.
Megadeth, it was skydiving. Most of the bigger bands have a ritual or something at that point, either when you join the band or, you know, something that the brotherhood does together.
But I really do. I love that you guys don't put yourself in that box. I find it interesting and coincidental that it's kind of relative of the conversation that we were having on Wednesday.
Yeah.
We just kind of write what we want to write, and
write what you want to write, and not be like, this has to sound a specific way, this has to be a specific way, and kind of just writing what you guys collectively create and feel.
Yeah, Ren will write stuff and say, "What do you think about this?" Or I'll record stuff on my phone at home and I'll send it to Ren. And he'll go, "Yeah, no, you know, whatever." But this album sounds rawer than the last album, because of what Ren's been going through with losing his dad.
Mm-hmm.
when I heard the first couple of songs that he wrote early last year, I thought, holy fuck, this is what this album's going to be like. It's going to be really raw. Previous album, Tales of Ruin, is really polished. It's heavy, but it's polished and it's really catchy. It's like classic metal. You know, I love it but I love it for different reasons. This one is heavier and darker, rawer. It's
raw,
it's
it's
got,
more emotional. It's really just
It's
down
more
to the
from the
core.
yeah, it's got that pain and heartbreak behind it, and it's
Man, I can't wait for this fucking album. I love. We're going to take a quick break here for a few minutes because we're getting ready to play the new lyric video that came out. Tell us a little bit about that video. And
That's
song.
that's the one about me dad. So you know, that would be nice for you to hear, and I hope it you know, touches your heartstrings and all that stuff. But yeah. So musically, Terence wrote all the riffs, and myself and Cass were sitting here. We were going through, and we were taking riffs from different things, and we added a few really simple bits into the complex stuff that he did. And yeah, it was a really organic, real simple process. And then one day it just dawned on me. I was like, right, this is going to be the one about my dad, because we got some strings in on this song, and there's French horns at the start. We kind of mix them so that they're very subtle, but like they're in there, but they're huge, but they're you know, French horns. Like, I mean, come on.
I'm excited that it's a lyric video and that we get to really actually see the words that you're portraying and really get to look into that a little bit deeper with this.
Yeah, we had a choice. The label asked us. They were like, we're going to make the video for you, which again is something that we're not accustomed to, because we're very hands-on on the art and video and everything. So this was like, we gave our input and some ideas and some artwork and stuff, but predominantly they made this, and they did exactly what we wanted, and we're so happy. And we chose this song because we wanted the lyrics to come across, you know, not get lost in translation. So, yeah, delighted.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Would you like to introduce the song, Ren?
Yeah, this is Holy Mountain Helgafal off the new album Helgafal.
You're watching Talking with Demons, and we'll be right back, everybody.
Hey, this is Rod from Just a Ride, and you're watching Inner Demon Media. Release your inner demons.
fucking badass.
That was
was
amazing.
Was
Thank you very
quite
much.
That was
an
badass.
experience there.
what a great way to follow up the Journey of Rig and to release this one as the second song, because it totally shows a different side of the band. You go from the Journey of Rig, heavy, hard hitting, a little bit in your face,
Yeah.
and you go to this, and it just like it takes you to a deeper element of what the band's about. You know what I mean?
I get goosebumps. Not gonna
I
lie.
really think that one was just so
Yeah.
well orchestrated, and I can definitely see why when you guys were writing it, you chose that song to represent your father. I mean, the lyrics and the riffs and just the whole feel of it and everything. It was so well together. It was very well done.
A great way to pay homage to your father, right there. Great,
Um,
great song, man.
brava.
Yeah, the vibe and the music fits so well. It's nice and deep, and just that little bit of dark you guys were talking about. I love the influences. Like the beginning kind of sounded like something Mastodon would do, with like the chords that have a little bit of distortion but super warm. They have that creepy vibe. Fucking awesome.
It really amazing. I mean, I was just sitting
Yeah.
here just
I love the aspects of grunge in there too, with the chord structure when you guys go through the choruses and stuff. It was fucking awesome.
It makes
Sounds
me
like
so
someone took a nipple card.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much. That's
That's
really,
amazing.
that's really nice feedback. Thank you.
That's made my week now. Thank you so much.
so honored that we got to see it too. Like I'm so
Yeah.
honored that we got to just experience that just now.
Yeah,
I
with you
mean,
guys.
It just came out just like late last week too, like what, Friday or something of last week.
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday or
Like yesterday?
I mean, yeah. I knew it was fairly really new. It was only like maybe a week old. I don't even think it's a week old yet.
Yeah, I don't even think so. It's like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, 2 or 3 days.
I'm going to add it to my radio station, Heathen Nation Radio, if you guys don't mind. Put it on rotation.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, there's nice hidden things in that video too, because the woman in the video is to represent my mother, but she looks very like my sister, my older sister. So she's probably thinking, "Oh, that's me." But and right at the very end, there's 3 women and a man, and that's to represent my 3 sisters, my 3 older sisters. And the very handsome Viking at the end is supposed to represent me. They were a little nice about that.
resemblance is there.
This motherfucker didn't pay Brad Pitt to come on and portray him. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, it's like when somebody has to play a role of your life or something, you get like this extremely hot avatar person to play you.
He got hired Tom Cruise to play his part.
Yeah. Oh,
It is a great song. It is a great song, and I'm glad. Like I said earlier, I'm glad that you found a way to be able to channel them emotions, because I'm not sure if everybody here has lost a parent or not. I don't know everybody's story, but it's one
My
of the
dad
hardest.
passed away about 7 years ago.
It's a hard thing to overcome, losing a parent. People don't think that, because you think, well, I've been around them. I was around my dad. I was for 46 years or 47 years. Yeah, 47 years. And then you think, well, you had lots of time with him to enjoy with him, and you had lots of time to prepare for that to happen, for them to pass. It still doesn't change the fact after it happens, you're still feeling broken, left, and lost, and you got to find your way back to where you are again. So having this to channel those emotions, and having them 2 fellas help you create that magic to help you channel that emotion. I mean, bravo to you guys, man, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It's amazing. And you know what? We can't wait to, after all of this has been released, we're heading out on the road for a tour. We're calling it the Holy Mountain Tour. So again, it's the whole tour is dedicated to Mika. And thank you, Joan. Is it Joan? The lovely comments. Joanne, sorry, I can't read. I need glasses.
It's very tiny.
It's JoJo. It's JoJo.
I wish we were over there. I would love to see you guys in person.
Cass was the only one to disagree with me, or to correct me, should I say? Well done, Cass. Thank you. Yeah, so we're heading out on the road anyway. We're gonna do an Irish tour called Holy Mountain, like I was saying. We're starting off Ireland's a small country, so to play more than 2 or 3 shows is like is like pushing it out. So we have planned to do like 8. So we're really pushing it out, you know. But we want to get to as many towns as we can, because there's been a few towns and a few venues that have been really good to us, and we want to go and you know, enjoy this with them, this release. So we'll have the physical copies at the show. We'll have we have lots of cool things on the way, like new Helgafal patches. We have these lovely new Helgafal guitar picks. You probably
Please zoom in. Hang on. See that again. Let's see that again.
Yeah, I need me some of those.
Those are cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it looks
damn.
nicer in real life. It's probably this one must be broken. Yeah, so we're hitting Galway, and then we're gonna go across to Limerick, and then
So when are these dates going to start?
yeah, so June 8th is the first one.
Okay.
That'll be in Galway. So from then on, we're going right up as far as probably January. We're gonna nip across, but we're doing a couple of shows in between. That's not necessarily part of the tour. We can't even talk about them yet. I can see my phone messages coming through going, shh.
It's shaking like a motherfucker right now. I was wondering why your camera's shaking.
Shut your mouth, Marabou.
Up.
We have 3 dates in the summer that are really exciting, but we can't say anything about them yet.
But we have a really cool show.
Can we get a hint? Is it a festival? Is there going to be festivals?
Like, no.
You're good.
Nice try.
You almost got me there.
I wouldn't be doing this job if I wasn't.
Yeah, I know this. That's why everybody had me prepared. They're like under the table, like, shh, don't let Sid trick you, man. He's a trickster. But we have a really cool show that we can talk about, that we're really excited about. It's the Jorvik Viking Festival in York in the UK. They have this it's annually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every year they do which I may have given you a little hint there. In the future, that'll give you a hint of what we weren't allowed to tell you. Now it sounds like gibberish nonsense, but you'll get me. So yeah, there's an annual festival that they do, Jorvik, and it's very, very, I don't know, like there's a lot of rich history of Vikings in York, and the whole town turns into like, you know, like a Viking village. Everybody's all in all the gear. Everybody's having a great time, and it's family orientated too. But we're playing the after show. So we'll be rocking out at that in York, and that is in February. So that's going into next year on the 20. Oh, I don't know the date. He's still working on a date, but it's in February. So yeah, so between now and February next year, we're going to be basically touring and gigging and spreading the Helgafal, you know.
We have a lot of people that follow me and follow the show that live out there in Ireland as well, in the UK. So. That's why I wanted to get a dates, because when they watch this later, that they have an idea of when this is going to start. So June 8th is going to kick off the tour.
Yeah, June 8th is kicking off the tour in Galway, and then we're going to Limerick on June 14th, and that's in a venue called Pharmacia. Galway is Sally Long's. Very cool venue. Can't wait to play there. They're all cool venues. McHugh's is in the County Louth in Drogheda. That's on July 12th, is it? July 13th. Can't read my own handwriting. I apologize. June, September, we're heading to Cork. So we're going right down the bottom of the country. And to us, it feels like forever away. It's like 7 hours away. But we were chatting to a buddy of ours in Canada last week, and he said that's like a drive to the shop. You know, like
7 hours here is like, it's like just going to the next state.
Yeah. For us, it's going from the top to the bottom of the whole country.
You literally can't go any further here.
So we're heading right down to the very bottom to Cork, and that is September 14th to Fred Zeppelin's, another iconic venue. Then we're heading back up into the Midlands to where my family are all kind of originated from, in Mullingar. We're playing a venue called Stables. I don't have the date written down there for some reason. I don't know. But it's in Mullingar in October. And I'm really hoping that I can get my mother and my aunties that are in their 80s, and my mother in her 70s. It's the closest I could get to where they are. So I'm hoping I can get my mom up moshing with a shield or something.
I can remember when I took my dad, speaking of bringing a parent to a show and getting them into a mosh pit, I can remember my dad, taking my dad to a thrash show once. He was more of like the Led Zeppelin, he liked a bit of the Bee Gees a little bit. His music kind of changed a little bit, but I took him to one of the fucking shows. And I'm sitting at the table, and he's sitting at the table, and this band starts to play. It's a local band. I don't remember the name. It's been years ago, but he starts hearing the music, and he starts seeing everybody start attacking each other. And it's what he said. They was attacking each other. Why are they attacking each other like that for? I said, Dad, that's a mosh pit. He goes, that's a what? A mosh pit. They're getting up there, they're banging elbows and having fun. He goes, well, fuck. Let me get a part of it. He jumps up at the fucking chair. He gets right in the middle of the fucking mosh pit. He's elbowing, clotheslining, putting motherfuckers in headlocks like, Dad, this ain't WWE. I mean, there was one little guy, he had a headlock on one little guy. All you see was his arms flailing around. You need to get your hands off of me.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping I'll see my mom doing now in Mullingar. Because when I was a kid, my mom used to come to the shows, but so I don't know what it is about the music we play now. Everybody goes a little crazy. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what. Maybe it's because there's Berserkers in it.
It's when we're on stage, all this nice chit chat turns into Berserkers, and it's all very intense, and everybody, I don't know, it feeds off, and everybody goes a bit crazy. So plus it's the magic mushrooms we put in the water there. Oh, I wasn't meant to say that. Yeah, so that's I digress. So December we're going to. There's something in between all of that as well that we can't talk about. But December we're going to play.
There's a whole lot of we can't fucking talk about on this show.
Can't talk about it yet. Yeah,
but this has been our life for the last year. my head's been about ready to burst. But so Sandino's are playing in Derry, which is only half an hour from here. That's on the 7th of December, and that's such a lovely venue. They treat us so well. We do. I'm actually thinking it's going to become our annual thing as well. I just said something else there.
Annual. Is that you gonna get trouble for that one too?
Get a slap on the wrist.
I can't wait to tell you what I'm actually talking about saying that word. But so we did a what do we call it? Our Yule blot. So it's like our Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. Well, doesn't it go on for 2 weeks?
Yeah. So last year we started it in this venue, Sandino's in Derry, and we had such a great time. And everybody was there. We're having a lovely feast celebration show kind of thing. So we're going to go back and do the same thing again next year. And I don't know. We'll see how we go going forward. I'd love to do that there every year. I had the best time. It was a really nice.
If I get to Ireland, do I get free tickets?
100%, brother.
VIP.
You'll be VIP. We'll get somebody to carry you into the venue, man.
Piggyback me into the venue, Ren.
Yeah. You don't need to walk when you come to Ireland.
I'm just gonna hop on Ren's back. He can piggyback ride me.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ren. Let's go.
We're gonna be right behind you, Sid.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. It would be so cool to have you over.
We want to go to. We want to be in Ireland so bad.
That's my family. My family heritage is out of Ireland, and so I want to go there and visit. One of my bucket lists to go there. I don't know when I was going to do it, but now since you're talking about doing some shows out there, I might just have to fucking make a trip and just do it.
Get yourself over. We'll show you. We'll take you up to.
You're gonna take me. You're gonna take me to the lake.
I'm gonna
Sid, you're getting questionable.
I'm getting questionable.
I mean,
It gets so much worse.
Oh,
We bring
yeah,
it
and
to-
Denton too. We would have to go see Denton soon.
Yeah, Denton, our other co-host for our show, Talking with Demons, we do on Wednesdays. He lives out in Ireland too. He's like 79. Good guy, but he's part of this show as well. But on Wednesdays, I kind of spare him his old ears to have to listen to hard music. So I kind of don't let him do these shows. But when we do like our normal shows, he's like, oh, such a good guy. We'll have to definitely see him too. Good old Denton.
class. And like we'll show you the west of Ireland because that's where all the real beauty is. No
I
matter what
want to
they
go deeper. I want to see the mountains. I want to go see the spots you guys were at.
yeah.
Let's
I want
skip
to
the
soak it in.
cheat sheet.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so bad. we'll have to take a demon trip over there.
That'll be
All
class.
three of us.
Demon
Yeah, I'll
trip.
meet Trev Rose. We all hook up in a plane and meet somewhere. I'll fly out to them and then we fly from there.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's an
You just
airport.
might do it, Ren.
Yeah, well, I hope so. That would make my summer.
Until you meet me in person, everybody's going, "Why did we just do this?"
Why do we do this?
Yeah, you
We'll
might be right.
do this to happen.
You be like,
We got
"Jesus,
another
man."
one to 10. JoJo says Demon Holiday. I'm in.
We'll
We'll
have
gather
a
up all the
crew
demons and
out
head to
there.
Ireland and go
Field
see Ren
trip.
Marabou
Field
and the
trip.
Berserkers.
Like an inner demon field trip.
We'll all need the short bus to get
I
around
know.
in. Jen, you coming along too? You the bus driver?
Sure, I can drive on the wrong side of the road.
Okay. All right.
Really good
all
at
right.
that.
We can start putting this into action.
So before we end tonight's show, I know it's late for you guys, so we're going to end tonight's show. Tell everybody where they can find you, where they can follow you, all that good fun stuff.
Yeah, so obviously Facebook is the place where we like to do all of our chit chatting because we're of that kind of age group. A lot of the bands nowadays, like Instagram, we're there too. You can chat to us on Instagram, but Facebook or our management team, split screen management, you can send stuff to them. But just come talk to us. Like we like chatting to people. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like anywhere else? Oh well, we have obviously music on Spotify,
Bandcamp, buy
Bandcamp.
t-shirts and all. So.
See, Cass is the
Is
merch.
that where you go get the t-shirts? If you want to order, go to your Bandcamp.
Yeah, you can get. This is Cass's creation. It's like a bar blade.
Yeah.
Barbly.
So you.
I was thinking it was something sexual,
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah. I don't know.
like something belongs inside that hole.
Well, that could be the hidden reason. I mean, I don't know.
It's a multi-tool. We'll just leave it as a multi-tool.
Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose, multi-tooled
Multi-pass.
penis straightener.
Oh my god! Right, I'm gonna put that away for a second.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. I appreciate it.
It's been great. But listen, I don't. I hope these don't bring up any kind of sexual conversations.
There will be some. I mean, to be fair,
These are our.
there will be a little bit of condensation.
Myself and Cass are going to be getting updated versions of these strings soon.
Hang on. Let me zoom up in there. Wait a second, you guys got your fucking pictures on them?
Yeah, that's our mugs there.
Motherfucking superstars over here.
Dude, you guys got strings, that's badass.
Skull Strings are amazing people. They're a string company based in France, and they're absolutely brilliant. And they let us do this pack thing with our faces and stuff, and they're lovely.
They wouldn't sell mine. Mine would be too rated R.
special shops, those sexy ones.
Why is Sid bald on the cover of these strings? Because I like tying them up, asshole.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
All right, guys. Thanks so much once again for hanging out with us.
Thank
You
you.
guys need to show up again when you guys release another video or something. We'll play it here on the show.
Awesome. Thank
I
you.
mean, we don't have to be strangers after the show.
No, never.
Just because we talk about naked diving in a lake somewhere in the middle of the fucking nowhere doesn't mean you can't come back on again.
No, we'll get on.
I'm gentle.
We have to do another video in the next couple of months anyway. So as soon as we get that done, we'll let you know.
Yeah. And I'm going to be playing this video, the latest video on the show for here like Wednesday on my Wednesday shows too, because I like to mix in music into the talk. So we'll be playing the shit out of that and give everybody the link to you guys' YouTube as well. So then go check the video out. I also got it on right now I have their new latest video on our radio website as well. So if you want to go check our radio station out, Heathen Nation Radio, right on the front page, you'll see the video. Just click on it. It'll take it right to their YouTube channel. As of that, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight for you, Dave, for us, today's show. Thank you for hanging out with us, Ren Marabou. And I want to hear the Berserkers give me a real hell of a Berserker yell, scream at me. Like you guys are going to go into fucking battle.
Right, let's do it. We'll do it on a 4 count. Terrence is the drummer. He has to count us in. Let's do Berserkers on 4 counts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You guys have a great night. We're going to leave you with one last song. This is Nothing More with their song, If It Doesn't Hurt. You guys have a great night and love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Love you guys. Thanks.
All the best.